Hello YouTube and welcome on in to a Lords of Limited instructional video here. My name is Ben Warney, one of the co-hosts of the Lords of Limited podcast, also known as Mr. Metronome. I've got a video for you here today about how to do a draft on a third-party website and upload your decks to MTGA so that you can play them against each other online on MTGA. So in this coronavirus era, we're all practicing good social distancing, and this is a way that you can still connect with your friends on MTG Arena and jam some drafts together. So we're actually planning to host a Lords of Limited Friday Night Magic this coming Friday. Let's see, today's the 23rd, 24th, 25th, 26th, March 27th. And so if you're interested in that, if you're in the Lords of Limited Discord, you can sign on up. And if not, this is just something you can do on your own with your friends. Doesn't have to be anything to do with our podcast at all either. But this is going to be a tutorial on how to do it so you can kind of see what's going on here. When you go to this website, mtgadraft.herokuapp.com, you can see that up here in the top left. This is what the screen will look like. And if you notice, my name is not here, so I'm going to type in Mr. Metronome so that you can see. And then there's also a chat feature over here that you can type to other people in your chat room. And as people join your draft, their names will appear here as anonymous. So what you need to do to get people in your draft, this is the session ID for this draft. You can toggle that so it's visible or not. You click share and it copies it to your clipboard, and then you send that link to whoever you want to draft with. They click the link and they pop up in your draft here. Another really cool thing about this site is that you can draft with 8 real people. You can draft with 4 real people. So maybe you don't have a group of 8 that you want to do your draft with. Maybe you've only got 3 other friends. You can draft with the 4 of you and have 4 bots. So we're going to go ahead and do this with 7 bots. And I'm going to do a speed draft here so you can see what the MTGA upload process is like. One of the other cool features of this is that you can only have it use cards that are in your collection. We don't want to do that. We want all the cards that are available. We want it to feel like a normal draft. So we're going to click Ignore Collections. We are going to do a Theros Beyond Death draft since that's the current set, but you can see there are plenty of other options here to choose from if you are interested in that. And there's some other instructions about options here, all that sort of stuff. And then ultimately what we're going to do is after this, we're going to export to MTGA, upload to MTGA, and then show you how to do a direct challenge there. So we're going to go ahead and, after all your friends theoretically had joined here and you saw everybody's names, tested that you got everybody, you would be ready to start the draft. You can change the pick timer if you want. You can put in notifications. We're not going to do any of that. So let's go ahead and hop in the draft here. So we are drafting. Got an interesting pack one, pick one here. I think Erebos' intervention is better than anything else. I'm going to go pretty quick here because most of you probably aren't here for the draft process. You're here for the how-to of this program. So let's get that in, double click. See that down here in our deck now. You can also, by clicking cards, move them back and forth from your deck to your sideboard. We're going to snap up Elspeth's Nightmare over Timuret Beyond Death here. Ooh, a Crowan War. These bots, though. Snap that up. All right, red-black easy mode, Slaughter Priest. Take an Omen of the Forge now. We're just going to go, ooh, a Nessian Boar. We'll take that and see if green's open. Furious Rise is a good home for red-black. Boom, boom. All right, looks like we are going to solidify into red-black. So let's put that Nessian Boar in the sideboard. And again, just going crazy fast here because I want to show you how to export the deck and build in MTGA. We already have a Furious Rise. So we're going to snap up Omen of the Dead here. Whoa, Archon of Sun's Grace. Could be a pivot incoming in our life. Probably not, though. Ooh, Storm's Wrath. This is between Thrill and Omen. I don't know why I'm actually thinking about this, but I can't help myself, as a true draft addict. Underworld Ragehound. What? All right. So clearly you probably don't want to have the bots drafting if they're going to be this absurd. Let's take Careless Celebrant here. Stampede Rider. This is not how a normal Theros Beyond Death draft goes. Normally the packs are dry after pick 5 or something ridiculous like that. So we're going to snap up Final Death. Aerosis' Blessing. Boom. Tectonic Giant. Wow, is red open? I can't tell. Bots must be allergic to red. Thrill. Incendiary Oracle. So for what we're going to be doing, we're going to have 7 other actual people here. So this should feel very much like a real draft. And I have done this already once, and it felt like a normal draft to me. It was cool. It was good. So got some stuff in here. We're almost mono red. That's absurd. All right, so what we're gonna do now is get stuff we don't want in the sideboard. So click all this stuff down here. Thrill. We don't need a million Oriata Mountains Blazes. Don't need Furious Rise. Don't need Stampede Rider. Final Flare. No. Portent of Betrayal is probably worth it. Wrap is not. No wraps. Don't need a Dream Shaper Shaman. Can probably cut a Thrill. And sure, let's cut Arena Trickster. All right, so we've got a deck. We've got a sideboard here. We're going to tell it what lands we want. 17-4 seems a little aggressive. This seems more like 11-6 to me, maybe, or 10-7. I'm going to go 11-6. So we've now got a 40-card deck here, and we are going to, you will have to do this yourself. Like, so everybody's screen will look like this after you're done drafting. And if you want, at the end of the draft, you can also look at the draft log. So this is me. You can export that in Arena format if you want to upload it to a draft viewer. You can see what all the bots took, or in your case, in the pod, you can see what all the people drafted in your pod. I guess so you have to be on the honor system to not look at what everyone else has done. And then so we're going to click export to MTGA here. Boom. Tells me my deck's been exported to my clipboard. So I minimize this, and then I'm in Magic Arena. You're going to want to go to Decks, Import, and then boom, deck successfully imported from the clipboard. And you're going to see this angry red exclamation mark here. So this depends on how big your Theros Beyond Death collection is, what you're sort of going to see here. If you've got all the cards, your deck should be ready to play. So I must be missing cards that are in my deck when I open this up here. But you can see it imported it as I built it, 11 mountains, 6 swamps. Cards that are in my sideboard are in my sideboard, and you can see the rest of the collection here. So I'm missing a couple rares, a Crowan War, Tectonic Giant, Furious Rise, Nessian Boar, so not too much. And so what we're going to do is we're going to go craft all, turn foil wild cards into cards from this deck, finish the deck, exclamation point, and we are now ready to rock. So we have a deck. We're going to rename this Red Black Arena Draft. And then what you're going to do to play with your deck is when you're back on the home screen, you're going to want to direct challenge someone. So you'll need to know their name and their number. You can see mine here. And the other thing that it's really important when you're doing this is to scroll through and make sure that you're on limited tournament match, because this is the 40-card decks here. So we're going to go ahead and select our deck. We've got a Red-Black Arena Draft. And then all we would need is an opponent. We would do that and play a best-of-3 game. And that's how you can do a draft on a third-party website with your friends, and then play the decks out in Arena in best-of-3 matches. And we, again, are planning to do that for the Lords of Limited FNM this coming Friday night. So if you're in the Lords of Limited Discord, be sure to get in on that action. And if you are not, fire up a draft with your friends. You know, get 4, 6, 8 people together and jam some decks against each other and practice some good social distancing, but still get your draft magic fix in. So, as a reminder, if you've enjoyed this video, please remember to like, subscribe, comment in the comments, and hopefully this was helpful to you all. See you on the digital Magic the Gatherings. Thanks, YouTube.